I want to welcome you back to Mo Talk, who is Sports and Mo. Don't forget to hit the like, subscribe, and share. Yeah, welcome back. I got to thinking to myself, now, this is a warning that what I'm about to say may be a little controversial, but at the same time, I would like for you to hear me out. Don't expect you to necessarily agree with me, but just hear me out. I got to thinking to myself, what if NFL and the Sanders family colluded and they ran a fast one on all of America? I understand this would not surprise me, but let me put this out here. I'm still a huge supporter of the Sanders family. I'm a Deion Sanders guy. I'm a Shedeur Sanders guy. And I hope the best for Shiloh as well and the rest of the Sanders family. But at the end of the day in America, we know and we understand that the bottom line is money. And Deion has been promoting himself since he came into the NFL, drafted by Atlanta, right out of Florida State. He is a self-promoting machine. NFL is a juggernaut within itself. I was telling my family not long ago that I think that the only corporation that rivals the NFL in marketing would probably be McDonald's. McDonald's is a company that for real have a bad product, but for some reason, McDonald's still get people to come in and buy their product. It has been the number one fast food restaurant in a long time. NFL keep people mad at them. We talk about the refereeing. We talk about, the things that the league within itself do. But every year after year, we are there watching the NFL. It is a machine. So the bottom line here is, what can we do to ensure that the numbers of the draft continue to grow? They always have big numbers round one. Last year, in fact, had bigger numbers than this year. Round one in 2024, I believe there was an average of 13.6 million people that watched the NFL draft. But it started declining round after round after round after round, to the point where nobody was hardly watching when it got to about round 4 through round 7. So we got Shedeur Sanders, who is the son of primetime Deion Sanders, and every NFL analyst has projected this young man to go in the first round. No one projected him to slide any lower than 11. The whole first round came and nobody drafted Shedeur. That caused people to begin to scratch their heads. That caused people to begin to have all type of theories. You don't know the emotional distraught. In fact, there was an article, I wished I had a thought about that before I did this video, but there was an article that came out where a fan is actually suing the NFL for emotional distress for waiting them wait so long for Shedeur Sanders to be drafted. Think about that. Think about that. I actually felt the emotions, right? I did. I'm not going to lie. I'm like mad, and I don't know how many times I've said to myself, I've never in my life seen anything like this happen. I have already created a couple of videos on it with his numbers and how his numbers automatically should have him as a first rounder, right? But yet this guy slid all the way to the last round, and he was the 144th pick in the NFL draft. Check out this video as we continue down this rabbit hole.
All girls on the rugby team, y'all need to go to Coach Milliken's. Y'all have a game today. All rugby girls need to go to Coach Milliken's room.
All right, we gonna ignore the fact that he said, rugby girls, you got a game today. You know, that's definitely somewhere up north. But yo, that was Shedeur Sanders. He did a pop-up visit at a Cleveland high school after he arrived there at Cleveland after being drafted 144th overall. Can you even say overall at 144th? But yeah, did you see the excitement of the city, of the kids to have Shedeur there? And the mere fact that he gets off the plane and go do a pop-up at a high school, that's what franchise quarterbacks do. That's not what 144th pick quarterbacks do, because when you are picked in the last round at 144, you got 1 foot in the league. 1 foot on the training field and 1 foot out the league. You are not worried about going to visit a high school. You are worried more about trying to make sure that you make the team. That's what your focus is, not visiting a high school. But yet here is Shedeur Sanders doing a pop-up visit at the high school. And you see the kids put the arms up. They already doing it. So thanks to Shedeur Sanders, real talk, days 2 and 3 of the 2025 NFL draft average. This is 2 and 3. It averaged 7.3 million views across ESPN2, the NFL Network, and ABC. I remember talking to my wife about this around day 3. We were getting ready to go somewhere, and I said, the only reason that I'm watching it now is to see where Shedeur is going to go. I remember saying that to myself. Like, the longer they held that boy out, the more people hung in there day 2 and day 3, because people emotions were all over the place. Nobody could believe what they were seeing. Analysts could not believe what they were seeing. I'm almost at a point where I believe that the Sanders family and the NFL, they kept this amongst themselves, and the analyst was at a loss of words their own self, because nobody expected this, but the people stayed. Let's look at the numbers. So round 1, which was Thursday, the 24th of April, 2025, the NFL 2025 draft averaged 13.6 million views. That was up 11% from 2024. This was the second most watched day 1 on record, right? But let's look at rounds 2 and 3, where it normally began to drop, and you will see here. Day 2 and 3 averaged 7.5 million views, up a significant 48% from 2024. This also marked the second most watched day 2 on record. I wished I had a Google to see what was the first most watched, right? And why it was so. But let's go all the way down to 4 and 7, where you got players that nobody know but they parents, right? Nobody know but they parents, and they are praying and they are hoping that their names get called. This was Saturday, April 26, rounds 4 and 7. It still averaged 4.3 million views. This is a 43% increase from previous years. This was the most watched day 3 in NFL history, people. And guess what? Shedeur Sanders was still available. It says that a significant storyline that likely contributed to the increase of viewership was the unexpected slide of the quarterback Shedeur Sanders, who was projected by many as a first-round pick, but was eventually selected by the Cleveland Browns in the 5th round. This kept viewers interested high throughout the entire draft. Marketing genius. Marketing genius. Yeah, we know that it cost Shedeur a lot of money, right? It did. Cost him a lot of money. 500 million or something like that, right? But what has he lost when you really think about it? When have you ever seen a rookie jersey be the number 1 selling jersey in the NFL? Huh? When have you ever seen that? Breaking, Shedeur Sanders fans are making history after the NFL disrespected Shedeur by letting him fall all the way to the 5th round, His fans are showing they ride for real. Instead of supporting the NFL, fans are protesting by only buying Shedeur merch straight from his official website, putting real money directly into his pocket. That's sure enough there. And guess what? It's working. Shedeur is about to make millions, and he's the only player taken outside the first round to crack the top 10 in jersey sales across the entire NFL. Fire. Meanwhile, not even one of the other Browns picks made the list, including Dillon Gabriel, the quarterback drafted ahead of Shedeur in the 3rd round. Moral of this story, real recognize real. They tried to play Shedeur, but now he's about to run the bag up without their system. There is a lot of a lot of upside to this, for real. But at the end of the day, you gotta ask yourself, was this marketing genius by the Sanders family and the NFL? Because no doubt about it, Shedeur is not going to get cut, man. I just don't see that. Shedeur is going to have his shot, and he's still getting his bag. This was the trade-off. Look, this is going to cost him money, right? This is going to cost him money by sliding all the way down. We gain by more viewership. And then fans will buy his shirt directly through him. So the money that he lost on his first, in his introduction into the NFL, should I say, he'll make that up in merch sales because he's your son who know how to market better than prime time. We forget that Tom Brady was the 199th pick, and he is considered the GOAT. And I'm not saying that Shedeur is going to be considered a GOAT, and I'm not putting Shedeur Sanders on a level of Tom Brady, but it's not where you start, it's where you finish, and he's going to have his shot in the NFL. And I do believe that he's going to be great, and I believe that he's going to have a long tenure in the NFL. For the 2025 draft of the NFL, I believe that the NFL and the Shedeur family ran a fast one on all levels. But I'm still locked in, and I'm still motivated to see Shedeur take the field. Welcome to the league, kid. This is Shedeur Yeshua, This is Mo Talk. I want to welcome you back to Mo Talk, who is Sports and Mo. Don't forget to hit the like, subscribe, and share.